What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Down to Earth with me, Kristian Harloff. This is our Monday through Friday. I know I missed Tuesday, but I'm trying. Feeling a little under the weather, but nonetheless, this was a story that I said I would get to eventually, and now I am, as you saw in the title. These drones, these things that are, well, potential drones, these things that are happening over Jersey, over these other places, there's tons of potential drones, whatever it might be. And there was a very interesting story that CBS News did on this topic that I wanted to play the piece, and then we would talk about that once it was over. So let me show you this report, and then we'll talk about it.
That mystery continues in the sky over New Jersey. People now reporting even more drone sightings. Law enforcement confirms there have been sightings in Morris, Somerset, and Warren counties. Nick Calloway has been on top of this story from the beginning and has the latest.
It definitely wasn't a plane because it was too low. And it was also going back and forth and then forwards and backwards.
Melissa Kasilniak took this cell phone video Wednesday night from her home in Chatham in Morris County. She says that large object with the flashing red and green lights was hovering just above her neighbor's rooftops.
I think the creepy part is not that it's just a drone, that they're so large.
They look like a small car to me. Their wingspans are probably 6 feet across.
Mark Taylor is the mayor of Florham Park, one town north of Chatham.
People are calling myself, my home. It's one of those things where they are alarmed.
The FBI is investigating the clusters of possible drones reported over the last few weeks. Florham Park's police chief sent a message to residents that drone sightings have been reported above critical infrastructure, such as water reservoirs, electric transmission lines, rail stations, police departments, and military installations. He added that their presence appears nefarious in nature. In Somerset County last week, officials had to cancel an emergency medical helicopter transport because drones were spotted near the chopper's landing area. Some residents in Chatham and across the Garden State say they're starting to worry.
So for some reason, I think of terrorism, which is very morbid.
Local police say there's no immediate threat to the public. But all eyes here are on the sky. In Chatham, New Jersey, Nick Calloway, CBS News, New York.
All right, this is where I get confused with this stuff because, look, the first thing to do is when you jump to, well, why would you think that it was anything else except a drone, right? Which is fair to say to anyone. It's like, why wouldn't you think that was just a drone? Well, my question is, if there's so many, it's the same question I have when it comes to all the Air Force stuff and the drones that have been seen over the various air bases, and the question that was asked to the Pentagon where they said, well, it didn't have any hostile intent. Why aren't these things, if they're scaring people, if they are, looks like what these people are saying, that it looked like it was not necessarily unfriendly, but looked like it was doing some nefarious stuff, as they said. Why aren't they being shot down? Why aren't they being chased down? Why aren't they being reported? The FBI looking into it. So there's a couple different answers here, right? The first is that the FBI knows exactly what it is, not saying anything because of whatever it is, whether it's national security. Who knows the answers? The scarier answer, I think, is they don't know what it is, and it doesn't matter if it's something that we think. Let's go the complete sci-fi idea that it is absolutely NHI and they're floating around. Let's go with that. And they don't know about it. Okay. I think the scarier thing is that they're actual drones from other countries or other places that one woman said, and they're not being shot down. If that is the case, and they don't know what it is. Because that's something that, let's say it turns out that these are from some other country, people scouting through drones, and then some kind of attack happens. This is a news report that says you had people reporting it and you did jack shit about it. So that is a scary option if that is indeed the case. As I said, the less scarier option is that they know exactly what it is, but they can't say anything about it or say what it is. Now, whether that's, again, drones and things that we have, that's our technology, or something else. Now, the thing that I do the scratch of the head with is that they're the size of cars, right? most drones that I know, ain't the size of cars. Now, that's not to say that not automatically means NHI. That's what that is. Doesn't mean that at all. It means that it could be some kind of technology that we have, that we're using, or again, the nefarious thing of some other country using it. However, if it is ours, right, let's go with that option. If it is ours, it's our technology. Who's getting fired for flying that thing so low that people are taking video of it and report is happening on CBS News, right? So the whole thing is bizarre all the way around when it comes to the drones that are happening over Jersey. The drones, there's so many. There was one at that airport. There was one, the one over the bases in general. Like, the option of governments having the type of technology to do this is not far-fetched. Like, all the type of things that are just available to us 20 years ago, they'll never be able to do that. This freaking thing. You never think that they would come up with that kind of technology 20 years ago. Well, they did. Now, who knows the kind of technology that they have available today that'll be available or public in 20 years? We don't know. So it is one of these things that I do applaud CBS News, even though, albeit this is in the East Coast, CBS News reporting it, that the things are happening in Jersey. I beat the drum of the thing that I've been talking about since I started this channel, since I started doing UAP Tuesday, that these are more stories that shouldn't just be East Coast news. It should be news everywhere. It should be news everywhere. These types of things should be getting more public or more national coverage, and not just this story, but all the other drone stories. And I say it again and repeat myself like I do in every damn video. Get a panel together. Talk about the situation in the way that the way they do sports shows or movie shows. A list of topics. Sitting down, okay, you know what? For 3 minutes, there are drones circling around this, and that. Some people think it's other governments. Some people think it's our government. Some people think it's NHI. We have 3 people to argue why it's what. Go. You wouldn't watch that? I would. I mean, hell, I don't know where TMZ's show is, but they were doing something along the lines there. But I think as much as TMZ is a big name, you need the big wigs to be covering this stuff. But I hear this, I see this, and I just know something stinks. I can't declare what it is. You can't declare what it is. You can guess what it is. Very well could guess what it is, and you might be right. You might be way off the mark. But I don't think it's crazy to guess in the realm of possibilities here. Anyway, put your comments in there. Tell me what the hell you think is going on. Not just with the drones here, but the drones in general. Overall, I also don't think it's a coincidence that all of these things that we mentioned over the last couple of days, I mentioned George Knapp's video the other day. I referenced the Jeremy Corbell video yesterday about how those hearings were kind of dishonest, if you will, pushing things in a different direction. They didn't ask a lot about the air bases, Langley. They didn't ask a lot about a lot of things at that hearing, or at least dive into it where I think that they could have, about what exactly it is, what we're working on. Is it national security? It could be. It very well could be. But I'm so curious. I'd love to hear the opinions on everybody here today. So put your comments in there. Let me know. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do so. If you want to become a member today, you can do that. Or you can get something for the holidays, get something for yourself. I'll give you 2 great options right now. I'll give you both Mint Mobile, and I'll tell you about Tile. Here you go, and we'll see you soon.
With big wireless providers, what you see is never what you get. Somewhere between the store and your first month's bill, the price you thought you were paying magically skyrockets. With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, they mean it. So I had been using the regular providers for a bit, and I'm not gonna lie, you hear about Mint Mobile all the time. I was like, how true is this? True, very true. It is straight up. They tell you the truth with how this thing works. You got to say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. You use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan, just $15 a month, you got to go to mintmobile.com/DTE. That's mintmobile.com/DTE. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/DTE. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower, above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. This is the easiest thing I've ever talked about, ever, on this show or any show I've ever been on. Tile. This is the best. I'm telling you right now that I lose my keys all of the time. At least I did. My wife would say, how do you do that again? We were supposed to go somewhere. I was supposed to pick up her sister from the airport, and I couldn't find her. We're like, oh, my God, she's going to have to take an Uber. It's going to cost so much money now. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I don't have my keys. I can't find them. Luckily, I found them in time, but it took a lot of unnecessary stress in order to get there. And I don't have to do that anymore because with Tile, it could be for your keys. I mean, it's so many different things for your remote control. For it, I have so many of them now, and I continue to use them and give them to my family. I can track where my kids are. I got a teenager, man. I got to know where her phone is. I got to know all these different things. It's so wonderful, and I can tell you also I'm giving it to my family from my dad. Is older now. I'm giving it to him so I can track him, know where he's going, how he's doing, if he's healthy. I'm able to do that, to know if anything's wrong. That's what Tile helps me do. So it really does. It takes out so much stress. I am telling you, if you don't already, they've been around for a bit. This is the time to get them. Get them. It's wonderful, especially for parents, especially for people who lose crap all the time like me. Get it. So family proof your family with Life 360's Tile trackers. You got to do it. You go to tile.com. Use that code DTE. You get 15% off. That's easy. So again, tile.com. Use that code DTE. This is a no-brainer. It's easy. I lose my remote control all the time. Not anymore. Tile.com. Use that code DTE.